Hey everyone, I'm doing something different with this part. As you can tell, I'm doing commentary, which up to this point I haven't really been doing. First and foremost, I'm showing this off right here because it's a mini game I could have done a long time ago. The only reason I'm doing it now, well, trophies. Yes, the mini game maniac. I believe you get that trophy for playing all the mini games, and record keeper is for having a record of all the mini games in the journal. This minigame itself, nothing too fascinating. And I'm also showing off the end of this gummy route because there are missions in the gummy route, 3 missions per world or something like that. And I just completed the third one, which was to collect 40 gummy blocks in one route. Ace Ballad. Already got the trophy for completing the second mission. But that is not the focus of this video. The focus of this video is synthesizing items. Synthesizing items has been, well, it's been here since the beginning, but with Final Mix, they changed things up a lot. Not only what items you can synthesize, but previous items from the first game on how they're synthesized, where you can get synthesis items from, and whatnot. So this is somewhat of a guide on how to get them all. As soon as past me presses something. Today. Now. Thank you. Now, Kingdom Hearts introduces Rare Heartless. I have no idea what that noise was. Oh, that was my phone. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts introduces some Rare Heartless, and I'm actually going to be showing off each of those Rare Heartless because they do drop some very valuable synthesis items. So, all of which you can only get by defeating them. This is the first one that you can run into as early as, well, after you defeat Guard Armor. The Sniper Wild, found in the 2nd district of Traverse Town. My least favorite of the new Heartless introduced in this game. If it spots you, it will summon some cohorts, whatever, and it will basically snipe you with a slingshot. And once that happens, you pretty much have to duck out because there's no way to kill them all if one spots you. So what I recommend doing is having stop on your shortcut menu, activating it as soon as they appear, and wailing on them. Now they do show up in a set pattern, and you can tell when they're going to show up in the 2nd district. Like for example, the second you enter the 2nd district, usually a group of Heartless will appear in front of the door. However, if you don't see those Heartless appear in front of the door, that means a Sniper Wild is in the middle of the 2nd district. So what you want to do is activate stop so that it can't see you, because like I said earlier, if it does see you, it'll summon others like it and you won't be able to kill it. And then just wail on it with a powerful keyblade like Oblivion. Unfortunately, Oblivion's power got nerfed a bit in this game. It's still pretty good, but it's just not as useful. Anyway, once you defeat one Sniper Wild, 2 will appear. Once you defeat those 2, then 3 will appear. And once you defeat those 3, it'll restart back to 1. And after you defeat enough of them, you will get the Power Stone, I believe, which is a useful item for synthesizing. Now, after a while, some of the Sniper Wilds will start to drop bananas. If you slip on these bananas, you will lose some money. Oddly enough, though, the Sniper Wilds can slip on their own bananas as well. I think we'll see it here. But yeah, if you run out of MP, you should have Goofy use MP gifts. I'm not sure why he wasn't using it on me earlier, but if for some reason you run out of MP, just get out of a Sniper Wild's vision and use an item like Ether, or even bring up the menu to use a gaming set. Yeah, the banana actually screwed me up because I was trying to get some more Power Stones, but unfortunately it threw a banana as I was casting stop, so I wasn't able to get this spell off, and this is what happens. They just go nuts. So once this happens, just get Dippy. Poor Goofy. Anyway, the next Heartless found in the Bazaar Room. My neck. Excuse me. The Bazaar Room is found right beyond the Queen's Castle? Queen's Throne? I forget what the room is called. It's where you fought the cards and where Alice was found guilty. I believe Donald and Goofy were found guilty in this run. I don't know, completely random. Anyway, I just summoned Bambi, but the thing is, Bambi's not going to be too useful in this fight because of the Keyblade I'm using. See, there are Keyblades that actually boost a summon's power, and by summon's power, it basically means how long someone can stay out. This is the One-Winged Angel, which I got from defeating Sephiroth in that fight. However, I should have been using, I think it's called Diamond Dust, It's a new keyword that was introduced in Final Mix when you defeat Ice Titan. One Winged Angel was introduced in this game as well. But anyway, what Diamond does, I'm going to be calling it that from now on. What that does is it boosts Summon's power and also gives Sora 2 MP. That's what I should have been doing so Bambi could got more use. Now the reason I did summon Bambi is because, as you can plainly see, every time I defeat an enemy, some energy goes into the top gauge above Bambi's icon. Once it fills up, Bambi will drop an item. The first time it fills up, it's usually like a potion of some sort. And at the second and third time, it'll drop synthesis materials, which is what I was going for. So that's a good tip. Anyway, these are the rare hearts found in Netherland. Giga shadows. Basically giant shadows. And they're a lot more aggressive. Here's the thing. If one manages to attack you, it'll automatically disappear and you won't be able to get a Fury Stone, which is this rare drop. So be careful of that. You have to defeat a certain number in order to even get a chance to get the Gigas, the Fury Stones. Keep that in mind. Anyway, to Deep Jungle. White mushrooms also provide some synthesis materials, but since I showed them off dozens of times already, I'm not even gonna bother. This Heartless, however, we have not shown. Well, actually, I might have shown in the playthrough, but I didn't actually try to mess with it. This is called the Black Ballad, found in the bamboo thicket where you killed off, what was that cheetah's name? Cerberus, I believe? Not Cerberus, I don't remember. I don't remember much about the Tarzan movie, not gonna lie. But anyway, it's basically a guessing game. It'll make clones of itself and it'll shuffle itself around the clones. You have to guess which one it is by hitting it, and once you do, it'll drop prize money, some HP balls, and lightning stone. I think the more you hit it, the higher the chances are of actually getting a lightning stone, but as you saw here, you can't get a lightning stone on the first hit. And this is where it gets hard for me to catch up, and if you do hit the wrong one, then you will get shocked. What I recommend doing, I didn't find this out until after this, is that if you just continually mash the pause button, you will be able to keep up with the real one. After, I guess, the 5th time you have to hit it, because the first 3 or 4 times it's needed to keep up with. So that's a strategy if you want to hit it every time. Now this is another rare Heartless that can appear in this world and even in Atlantica, but it's best to go after it here because you have full access to all your moves. If you recall, Atlantica, you're kind of limited to what you can do. Anyway, if you come up to the what is this place? The treehouse, excuse me. You'll notice sometimes there are white mushrooms just suspended in animation. You stop on them and you'll get tech points. There are a total of 3 white mushrooms hiding all over the treehouse. And once you do, you stop on all 3 of them, the rare Heartless will appear. Now the deal with this rare Heartless is you have to hit it a certain number of times in order to make the item appear. In the case of the item I'm trying to go after, it's either 40 or 50 times you need to hit it. And you can get another item that's actually not a synthesis material, but just an equivalent item, the prime cap. I don't hit it, you have to hit it 100 times. I don't do it here, but I do it off screen. Anyway, you notice I'm standing here by this ladder outside of the treehouse and summoning Bambi. The reason is because, well, here's the thing. When Sora hits it, it does go towards the total hit counter. But if Donald or Goofy hits it, then the hit count actually goes down. Oh, Bambi! Anyway, I summoned Bambi here because, in case you didn't notice, whenever you summon a character, the party members that went away will be brought back in the spot where you summon the character. In this case, Goofy and Donald will come back behind that wall in front of us. Anyway, this is the pink Agaricus? I think this is how you say it. It's based off the mushroom of the same name. Now, what I'm doing is filling up my MP all the way. Now, watch what happens when I dismiss Bambi. Donald and Goofy are still behind the wall. Now, the reason I did this is because I'm going to use Ragnarok to increase my total hit count, which requires me to press triangle. And in this game, if you press triangle, Donald and Goofy will attack the target that you're locked onto. And that's why I did it. Anyway, Ragnarok is a good way to rack up the hits. Eroga and some aerial combos. Keep in mind, you can actually lock onto both the head and the body of the Heartless. I recommend locking onto the head. And obviously, as you just saw, I cast Stop. You have about 20 seconds to get in 100 hits. I don't do it here. I do it off screen though. But because I got at least 40 or 50 hits, I will get the rare synthesis item. I think I already picked it up. If I didn't, oh well. But the rare synthesis item is the Serenity power. And I got quite a few of those trying to go up to the 100 hits. So there's that. Anyway, in Agrabah, if you come up to the palace gates, you'll find some pots. You didn't see them there, but if you just exit the room and then go back in, there's a chance that it'll appear. Yeah, all these pots. Now, if you start breaking these pots, you'll get tech points. But once you hit the pot with the pot scorpion, excuse me, the other pots will disappear and you'll miss out on those tech points. The more pots you hit, I do believe your chances of getting the rare drop item go up. However, there have been times where I actually didn't hit a single pot, but I got its rare drop item every single time. I think it's called Mythril Stone or Mythril Stone, I don't remember. Anyway, there are times where I broke all the pots and didn't get a damn thing. I got the tech points, but as we'll see later, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, pot scorpion, just block it, it'll flip on its back, and what I like to do is just use Ars Arcanum and just wail on him. Nothing too difficult. Now the next rare Heartless is found in the stomach of Monstro. The neat thing about Monstro is I think it's guaranteed to show up every time you try to go to it. I remember the original, there was a chance that Monstro would show up. But anyway, this is the Grand Ghost. He can drop Frost Stones. Now you'll see I'm actually using items on it. That's because it's the only way to damage it. What I'm not showing here is that elixirs pretty much guarantee you get a Frost Stone every time you use it. I learned that after this, but oh well. But yes, the next Heartless is found in the, what's this place called? The Manor Ruins, basically where Oogie Boogie's place used to be. Now there is a neat trick to be able to tell whether or not the rare Heartless will appear here. If you start seeing a horde of white knights, that means it's going to appear. Also, I do believe the Red Trinity is still on the arch that's right by that flowing river of whatnot. Ooh, load up. Yes, because I already activated, but it will be there to, I guess, signify that it will show up. And this is the rare Heartless, the Chimera. It has 2 health bars, one for its body, and then another health bar which is insanely huge for the weakness. Now once you take out the smaller health bar, the larger health bar will be available and you just gotta wail on it. What I recommend doing is activating Agaricus, which is actually my favorite magic spell in the game, because those 3 heads start they just start floating around, and every time it's run into you with Agaricus or Aroga, you get a tech point. Okay, the Red Trinity's not there, so I guess, I don't know, there was an instance where the Red Trinity was there, but I already activated it, so whatever. But anyway, if you had Aroga activated, they'll run into you, you get a tech point, and every time they do run into you, well, excuse me, every time you do get some tech points, your chances of getting its rare drop item, the Blazing Stone, goes up. So keep that in mind. Now this is the Jet Balloon, which can also shoot out missile divers. I'm trying a different strategy by using Stop, but however, Stop doesn't actually last that long, so I found another strategy. Just wail on it with fire. Yeah, the Jet Balloon is firing out missile divers. Be careful not to kill it over the water, because it will drop the item in the water and you cannot get it. The Dazzling Stone. Just keep that in mind when you're facing off against it. It's found on the deck of the ship in Neverland. Or Wonderland. Neverland. I don't even remember. Anyway, the next unique Heartless, which I gotta say is the cause of most of my deaths in this game, because I honestly did not know what the hell was killing me when I was in this room. It actually happened off screen, but I did cut those deaths out. Matter of fact, all but 2 of my deaths come from this stupid Heartless right here, because again, I didn't know what was killing me. This is the Stealth Soldier. Pretty self-explanatory, but he can disappear. He's also insanely fast. I don't know why I said he. They don't have genders. Anyway, It's insanely fast, and it can actually hit pretty damn high. Well, not now, because I'm in the high 90s at this point. Now, once you get his health low enough, it will get stunned, like that, and easy to see. And you can get his drop, the energy stone. There are actually 2 stealth soldiers that you can run into. One down here, and then one up at the top of the stairs. The one that usually kills me. Well, killed me. It doesn't kill me anymore, but when I first got here, I was just like, what's killing me? Because, again, can't see him. I'm about to show it off. I don't think I actually kill it, though, because if you take too long, it will disappear. Actually, I think if you kill all the other Heartless first, and then try to go after it, it will actually disappear after a few seconds. But as long as there are other Heartless out on the field with it, it won't disappear. Like that. See, it already went away. So just keep that in mind. Now, the next and final Heartless is located at End of the World, and it's in the room right before Final Rest, I think this room is called. And these are... wow. This was the original game they appeared in. At first, I thought it was Chain of Memories, because Final Mix didn't come out in America until 1.5 HD remix, well, HD 1.5 remix, whatever. Anyway, these suckers attack in a pattern, and the thing is that when they're spinning like that, they just can't be damaged, and they're kind of annoying. So, what I recommend doing is go for Ars Arcanum, maybe Sonic Blade, or even Strike Raid. I guess I should explain Strike Raid because that's one of my most used moves. What Strike Raid does, obviously, is Sora hurls the Keyblade a few times, but while Sora is hurling the Keyblade, he's actually invincible until the attack is done, which is why I depend on it quite often throughout the playthrough, and you'll see me use it quite often in the next couple of fights. While this is going on, I guess I'd go ahead and explain this. After this goes up, there are only 2 more parts to the playthrough. The reason I'm showing this now is because I do this before those last 2 fights. An optional boss, which will be in the next video, and then the final hurrah in the next following video. So yeah, when you're seeing this, that means the playthrough's almost over. Huzzah! Much as I love this game, I'm ready to move on to other projects. Granted, a lot of things have happened to delay this thing being finished, like the car accident, me not being able to, me not having much time to really edit and whatnot, but almost done. Almost done. One other thing I like to mention about the Neo Shadows is that if you leave one alone too long, it can actually summon others, so keep that in mind. They can also hold you in place too, so keep that in mind. Once you defeat it, you get the the Stormy Stone. Yes. Now I cut to this at Atlantica because I was grinding for synthesis items, but while that happened, something else happened by complete accident. I had been grinding for synthesis materials so long that, I mean, it was bound to happen. Give it a moment. Probably haven't after I take out this Heartless. I leveled up. What's so special about this level up? It's me getting to level 100. Yeah. By complete accident. Was not my intention. Kind of underwhelming that I get critical plus. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, after grinding for materials for about, I don't know, 2 days, I head back to the synthesis shop, which is on the 2nd floor of the accessory shop. Now, there are some materials you will have to synthesize for, like the dark matter, but once you get all the necessary materials, you can synthesize the... I'm not sure if they're considered the most powerful weapons, but they are some of the more powerful weapons. Venticista, I guess is what it's called. Donald's staff, 7 elements, which is Goofy's shield, and ultimate weapon, Sora's Keyblade. And with that, I got all the weapons in the game, because off screen I also bought some weapons from the shop, just for the sake of getting those trophies. Yeah, Diamond Dust, that's what the Keyblade is called. Anyway, this is Sora's ultimate weapon. Raises max MP by 2 and possesses maximum power and attributes. Personally, I actually prefer using Oathkeeper still. It is my favorite Keyblade out of any game. But still, ultimate weapon is good. Fantasista, Fantasia, I don't even know how to say it. It raises max MP by 3. Yes, its attack is not that good. Same with the Goofies actually, I think it does the same thing. Yeah, it does. Focus solely on magic. Raises max MP 3. Raises max MP by 3. Which is good because Goofy and Donald, they're more support than actually fighting. There are some instances where they're actually good for just bashing the enemy outside the head. But generally, I depend on them for support. But anyway, with all that out the way, there are only 2 more things that need to be done. So let's head back to Hollow Bastion, where we will take on the final optional boss before the final option. Yeah, that's the right wording. The final optional boss. So thank y'all for watching, and I will see you then. Take care.